Hi there, and welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and happy April Fool's Day. Today is a special day because it's Thursday, and because it's time for Draw With Me, and because it's April Fool's Day, and because I have a special guest. Haven't had a guest in a long time, and because we are going to perform a potentially very dangerous experiment. Um, but I'll tell you about it in a second. Um, Well, what you just saw a bunch of drawings, right? Those are drawings. And those are police sketches. I've always been obsessed with police sketches. They are a mysterious and fascinating thing that has been around for as long as there have been police, I think. I think that it's a pretty standard thing, um, for witnesses to describe who they saw, and then for policemen to try and figure it out. And I guess they have artists, and they also have a thing that I've called identikit. I don't know if it has other names, but it's basic. And I think there are now software applications that help to do it. But basically, you put together, um, features and come up with a face. And it's all about faces right now here at Sketchbook School because we are getting ready for an exciting new workshop that's all about faces. And that is what I want to talk to you about briefly beforehand, which is our workshop called Portrait Jam that's coming up in 10 days. So if today you struggle with our assignment, sign up for Portrait Jam. If today you have really, really fun, sign up for Portrait Jam. Portrait Jam is a workshop, a live workshop with Julie Johnson, and she is going to be showing us how you make portraits fast. So theoretically, you could maybe one day get a job with the police department. I don't know. We'll see. Let's have a quick look at what that workshop is going to be like. So workshops are such a fun experience. I think a lot of you, I'm sure, have taken workshops before. And by the way, bit.ly/portrait jam is where you can get directly to the link for where you can sign up. But workshops are an opportunity to like really get deep, to spend a couple of hours like just focusing and really learning something. And then, of course, you get a recording so you can go back and watch it again and again. And in this case, we're going to be learning how to do 9 portraits. And then I think there's actually a couple of extras that we're going to be giving you in your library. So a lot of stuff, action-packed, making a lot of different kinds of drawings in different media, different kinds of people. Julie is a fashion artist, so she's used to drawing on the runway and drawing live models. So she moves quickly, and that's what this is going to be about. And I think for all of us, like we would love to be able to draw portraits, right? I mean, it's one of the most desirable things to do with drawing is to be able to knock out a drawing of your friend. So it's going to be really fun. And of course, if you are a Spark member or Spark Breakthrough member, as I know many of you are, you get workshops for free. I mean, it's kind of a mind-blowing thing that we just did. Potentially, business destroying. I don't know. But I thought it was a fun thing to do for you. If you're a Spark member, just say, you know what? Don't pay extra for the workshops. Just come to them so that you can draw more. That's the whole idea. So, all right, good. So that is the background to what we're going to do. But today I am bringing in a guest. And Morgan, are you ready to be my guest? She's ready.
I am.
Here's Morgan. Some of you may not know Morgan.
Hello.
I'm not sure where you've been if you don't, but Morgan is our. She's had various titles, but now I would say she's sort of our director of Spark. I think. You think that's a good title? Director of
I like
Spark.
cruise ship director. JJ
Cruise ship.
call me the cruise ship director.
Nobody wants.
I like that. I just need
nobody wants to be on a cruise ship these days. That's not a good thing.
This is a way better cruise ship, though. Come
you
on.
could get stuck in the Suez. You could be in lockdown. No. We'll call it. You're the director of whatever. But yes. So Morgan is in charge of all these different events. But today she's playing a different role because Morgan was recently a witness to a major crime, which today she's going to be giving us evidence that we're going to work with. So here's what we need to get ready. You need something to just take some notes on, a pad. You could use your sketchbook. You're going to need some paper to draw on. You're going to need whatever materials come to hand. And we are going to try to someone's complaining about the level, Morgan, that you're too loud.
Yeah, am I too loud? I don't know.
How's that? Is that better? No, I've got it.
Fix it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've always said that about Morgan anyway, so she has a very
not the only one.
Clear voice, let's put it that way. So yes, so no, I fixed it, right? You guys cool with it? You can hear me now, JJ? You can hear Morgan's dog. Morgan's dog is saying it's all good. Okay. All right, so make sure you have your whatever drawing materials you want to have. This is not about your media, although it can be. You can use whatever you want to, but just have some stuff ready, and most importantly, our witnesses left. See, this is why you need to handcuff the witness. That's what they often do in police procedurals. But she's bolted now. All right, so let's continue to get ready. In the meantime, there she is. She's back. Okay. We need to pay attention, and we need to use our imaginations, because Morgan is going to describe this person, and we are going to draw the person, and then we're going to see where we get. And I'm going to interview her. Okay. So, Morgan,
right.
So you were the witness to a robbery in a museum, right?
Hate crime. Yes. Very serious offense, and something that happens pretty frequently, but people just don't talk about it.
What, a hate crime, you said? Or
heinous crime.
Oh, heinous
crimes against art.
I was like, hate crimes people talk about quite a lot, but yes. Okay,
No.
So yes, so a heinous crime where a museum was robbed. Okay, so
yes.
It doesn't matter if Morgan. Some people are saying you're out of focus, but that doesn't really matter, because we need to listen to you, not look at you. In fact, we should look.
Right, but you can hear me, right?
Yes, exactly. All right, so all right, so you were the witness to a robbery in a museum, and how many people did you see perpetrating this crime, robbing this museum?
Gosh, there had to have been. I mean, everything happened so fast, but I think there were at least three people that stand out.
Three witnesses. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. 3 witnesses.
3 criminals. Right?
I'm sorry. Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I've been hitting the bottle early today. Okay, so 3 witnesses. Okay, let's focus on the first one. Tell me about the first one.
Okay, so the first guy.
So it was
totally
a man.
Did not.
It was a man.
Yes, he's a man. He's an older man, so he's probably in his 60s, and he's very thin. Thin frame, thin face, kind of bird-like a little bit.
Bird-like. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he was an older guy. He had on sort of like a newsboy hat that you would see, like an old-timey cap on his head, but I think he was bald under the hat. And he just looked like a frail old man. So I didn't expect this from him.
Did he have any distinguishing marks or
Yeah.
scars? Yes.
his facial hair was very distinctive. So if you picture the tail feathers on one of our baby chickens, he just had a puff of facial hair coming out of his chin. Not like a full situation, but like a little
Facial hair,
goatee that got out of control.
a puff of hair on his chin,
Yeah, and like a mustache that kind of blurred into
like
the
a
beard.
faint mustache.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, it was his mustache didn't do a good job keeping up with it, so it sort of blended into his beard, if that makes sense.
Okay. Um,
But yeah, the facial hair stood out. It was
what
white.
else was he wearing? What else could you tell about
Yeah,
clothes?
so he had on kind of a tweed jacket with lapels, like a wool coat almost, tweed or wool,
Okay.
and it was buttoned up, and so he was able to use it to put stuff in because it was a big bulky coat.
Oh, so
And
more
then he
like
had a tie.
an overcoat, not an
Yeah,
overcoat. Okay.
yeah, hmm
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, so let me just try and sketch what you've just described, and
Okay.
we'll see what that looks like. So,
Yeah.
you said he had a thin face, right?
Yeah, thin, narrow face, and his ears really stood out because his face was so narrow. His ears stuck out. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So then
And his hat.
he was wearing like a you said like a newsboy's hat like that, like
Yeah. Yep. It was just perched on top of his head, and he didn't have. He looked bald, so he didn't. You could see the sides of his head under the hat. Yeah.
and what color what was his nose like?
He had a really big nose that was probably like the same length of his ears, so a pretty prominent nose, very straight.
Straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
he had some wrinkles around the nose. So
wrinkles around, you mean like on like by his mouth?
yeah, that like went down towards his facial hair. Yep,
That
just
kind of
like
thing.
that.
And did he have what were his lips like? Do you remember?
So his lips were pretty obscured by his out of control facial hair.
Out of control.
So
So was it faint or was it out of control?
not faint. That's not the right word. It was very bushy. Go
Bushy.
with that.
Oh, okay. So like, would you say it was like that?
Yes, yeah. And then that mustache just kind of blended into a big puff of beard. Yeah, exactly. Just like
Okay.
that.
And what were his
Yeah.
eyes like?
Yeah, so his eyes were very kind of almost round, so not almond shaped, but like pretty round. Yeah, and they were like a piercing clear color, like a very light eye color. It was kind of, that's the first thing I noticed about him was his very light colored eyes.
And presumably he had like wrinkles or bags under his eyes because
Yes,
he was
he had
old.
wrinkles around his eyes and the corners of his eyes. Definitely
Okay.
was a little wrinkly.
And then you said he had a big, did he have the collar up, let's say?
It wasn't up, but it was buttoned, so like his
Okay.
collar was kind of snug around his neck.
Was he
His
wearing a
jacket was buttoned.
coat and tie or anything
He
underneath it?
had on like a tie and a dress shirt under the jacket.
Okay. So, sorry,
Yeah.
get that there. So something like that. All right.
Yeah.
And would you say what else about him? Um, so the beard was the most distinguishing thing about him.
Yes. The facial hair definitely. I'm trying to think. His cheekbones were pretty prominent, like under his eyes. He's got kind of sharp, angular cheekbones. Yeah.
And eyebrows?
Um, he had eyebrows. They're just very light in color, so not super noticeable. But he did have some faint eyebrows.
Okay. And you said it was tweed.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. I think that's you're a good witness.
I remember this man.
I'll bet. Okay. So, all right. Yeah.
Right.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I think that was about it. Honestly, I think you got the gist of him. Yeah.
All right. That's exciting. Okay. So, all right. So cool. So I would say for those of you who want to draw along at home, maybe just listen to the witness and don't look at this breathtaking recreation that I've made because it's interesting. I wanted to just share with you for a second the whole this whole world. Morgan, if you'll sit in the wings for a second, I just wanted to say, it's interesting to look at how difficult this is if you look at how how hard it is for policeman to do it. Let me just see what I had this set up. Oh yes, here it is. Like these are some examples of actual police sketches. I showed some at the beginning, but here's police sketches. And when they caught the guy, this is what the person looked like. This is an actual police sketch, at least what the internet claims is an actual police sketch. So I think kind of breathtakingly interesting. Amazing that they actually caught the guy, but yeah, there you have it. Or then there's this guy who certainly cute. He's certainly like a cute.
Precious moments.
Very cute, very cute. And then of course we have this guy, this lady, who I don't know. I don't know that they caught any of the features correct. I mean, she has standard features, but yeah, she looks like, I don't know, like a sort of something from like a Swedish folk tale or something. I don't know. And then this is the one that first made me think about this, because this is Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. This is like a really famous drawing that they put out there of him. It looks kind of like Lou Reed. So I'm surprised that Lou wasn't busted. But yeah, so just in general, an inaccurate science. Inaccurate, right? So, all right.
Very
So
inaccurate.
Morgan. Meanwhile, you're sending me the actual, because apparently they just caught this criminal, the witness, based on my incredible photograph. They've actually caught the guy. So let's see what he actually looks like, because they're bringing him into the station now, and we can see what he actually looks like. All right, are you ready? We'll see how good a witness you were. And
The official photo.
yeah, let me just, what happened to it? Hold on a second. I'm still looking for it. Okay, yes, here it is. So this is the actual photo of the actual person that you just described. Not bad. I'm not surprised that they caught him, actually. Yeah. I think the nose I didn't get quite right.
It's big enough. I think you just gave him more of a hook.
It is, yeah, it is surprisingly straight. I mean, mine looks a little bit more sort of Greek, but yes, that beard is certainly
just a puff on his face.
That was good. All right, so
you got the eyes.
Okay, so we've got one of the guys done. I think it's time to go back and for you to describe the next witness.
Yes, he was not alone.
The next culprit. The next culprit, right? So let's go back and let's get a fresh sheet of paper and a fresh sheet of note paper, and fire away. What can you tell me about the second guy?
Yeah, so this partner in crime was a lady, actually.
Oh, a lady, okay.
Yes, so she's a lady. She's probably middle-aged, and she's got kind of a, you could say heart-shaped face, maybe heart-shaped face.
Okay.
Middle-aged, and she has a nice curly head of short hair. So think
curly short hair. Okay.
Yeah, think of Grandma Phyllis Wallahan with the curls up top.
I don't know that everybody knows your grandmother, but yes.
Well, this is the image I have in my head.
But I'm a police officer, and I'm not trying to bring this.
And you don't know Grandma, so okay. Yeah. Curly, short, dark hair. She's brunette.
Oh, sorry. So curly, short hair. Yes. Right. What else? Did she?
Brunette, yeah.
Did she?
She has.
So heart-shaped face. Was that like a fat face? Would you say?
No, it's pretty thin, but it comes to a point at the bottom. So kind of angular where her jawline is and her chin.
Okay. Did she, what size were her eyes, would you say?
She's got pretty big eyes, and they're behind a pair of cat eye glasses. So they kind of stand out because she's got these funky glasses. Yeah. And her eyebrows are very finely done. And so they arch, and she's got like a smirk on her face. She just looked judgy when I saw her, you know? Yeah.
All right. And, what was she wearing?
She was wearing just like a striped shirt dress situation. Yeah, she wore stripes with a little collar, like a little Peter Pan collar.
Any jewelry?
No, earrings. She didn't have any notable jewelry except she had hoop earrings.
Hoop. Okay.
Yeah, hoops.
Was she wearing makeup?
It wasn't obvious makeup. She had nice complexion, but she didn't have any crazy,
Light makeup, let's say.
dramatic makeup. Yeah, just light, normal, put your face on kind of makeup.
All right. Was
Yeah.
she wearing a hat or
No, she just had that really nice curly hair,
curly hair? All
kind
right.
of very voluminous hair, and she has a nice kind of her nose is on the small side.
Oh, yes, the small
Uh,
nose. And
yeah, but kind of pointy.
pointy. Would you say
Yeah.
how long was her hair? Did it reach her shoulders?
No, above her ears, so it's like curls that she's kind of styled in an upward direction.
Oh, like a pompadour? No.
Kind of, but it's curly and dark, so it was hard to tell, but it was just mostly on top of her head. She didn't have a lot past her ears.
I see.
Yeah.
Was she tough looking when she's a
Yes.
criminal? Tough.
Yeah. She looked tough. Like I wouldn't want to be like,
You wouldn't want to mess
in a
with
dark parking lot with her. Yeah.
her. All right, let's see what comes out.
Yeah.
So, heart-shaped face. Is that a heart-shaped face?
Yeah. And then the hair kind of frames the top of it. Yeah.
So the hair was mainly at the top.
Yeah. Yep.
And so you saw her ears then.
Yes, they were yeah, most of her ears were small and kind of close set to her head.
But
So
then
they
she had
weren't
these
super
hoop
prominent.
earrings.
Yeah.
And the hair was okay, so curly hair.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like dangling down into her face?
No, she did a good job with her hair, so her curls set and staying put.
And then she had large eyes, you said.
Yeah, and the cat's eye glasses, I think, kind of magnified
yes.
the eyes.
So cat's eye glasses are kind of like that, right?
Yeah, like clear frame, but shaped. Yep. And then you could see her like finely arched eyebrows kind of through her glasses, like sticking up out of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then a small nose.
Yeah. Yep. And then her mouth was also pretty small. Like her lips had a nice little, I don't know what you'd say, like tulip shape. Yeah. Not super noticeable.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she had a little shadow under her lips, so her chin, like a little round chin. Yeah. Yeah.
So her eyes.
Her eyes were dark, and like I said, she looked kind of judgy, and her eyes were intense, if I had to give them an adjective.
Intense, okay.
Yeah. And you could see her cheekbones. Like she definitely had noticeable cheekbones.
Noticeable cheekbones, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you said she was wearing sort of a dress that was
like a striped dress with buttons down the front and then a little collar, like do they call it a Peter Pan collar where it's like two little triangles? I don't know what that's called.
Was it a different color than the
The collar was white over the striped dress.
Now you tell me.
Sorry, get the white out.
All right, so I'm going to say white. And what was her neck like? Was it like a long, thin neck?
She had a couple like folds of skin, but she's not that old, so I wouldn't say she was wrinkly. It was a young, healthy neck.
All right. I'm a little less confident in this, but we'll see if we catch her. All right, so
she was tough. Yeah.
Meanwhile, so they've hauled her in. Let's see what happens. They've hauled her in. We've got her there. Let's see what happens when we put her up there. Ready? Oh yeah, we didn't ask what color her eyes were. You don't know.
In this, it's a black. I mean, my image right now, my memory is sort of black and white. Like I didn't notice an eye color. They're very dark.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that they are. I'm going to okay. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that you're colorblind. It's a colorblind witness is a problem, but we'll see. See how.
Well, you only remember certain details.
Oh my God, there she is. Wow, she's pretty cool.
Doesn't she look kind of intense?
She is. She's so. Yeah. So I think. I think we made her a little thinner than she actually turned out to be once they pulled her in. Cincinnati too. Yeah.
Of all places.
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those glasses are good. I didn't get them quite right. I don't know. I don't know that my drawing would have helped catch her. But so yeah, so
Well, they say
that's
he's
no, that's not
yeah,
my. I'm not apologizing because it's not my fault. It's actually your
right.
fault because you're a
It's
bad
my fault.
witness. Yeah, but if you'd been a better witness, I would have done a better drawing. But it's okay.
Well,
We caught her.
Danny,
That's the main thing.
there's a method to interviewing witnesses of crimes. I
Oh, I
actually read
see.
about that. Yeah.
Okay, so
So you were
it
supposed
might
to
be my
start.
fault. In fact, it might be
Yeah.
my fault.
Your interviewing skills just weren't super great.
The,
Didn't get me in the mood, but
all right, well, we
whatever.
caught her. So get off my
Yeah.
back. We caught her.
Yeah. No one's on anyone's back.
Yeah, that I agree with Gail that that left eyebrow is something. I mean, honestly, I think it's a good look. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really it's a good look. Okay, so there
Mhm.
was a third culprit that we had to deal with, right? We
Yes.
had the third culprit. So let's just get rid of let's get rid of.
This guy really stood out. I feel like he was kind of the ringleader.
Oh, no kidding, really? Okay,
Yeah.
ringleader. Well, he's the most important person to catch, so we got to get him.
Hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got? What can we say about this guy? So this is number 3. You said he's
Hmm.
possibly the ringleader, and
Yeah, he just sort of seemed to have a little more authority when stuff started to break out. He was kind of directing things, it seemed like. So
Robert
he
has
was
a good
probably
point. He says actually she heard the description and saw the drawing and turned herself in. It's true. The jig was up. It's time to pack it. Good point. All right, here we go.
All right. So we got a middle-aged Caucasian guy with dark
Middle-aged,
features. Yeah.
middle-aged and Caucasian. Okay.
Hmm. And this guy's been through a lot. Like I think he had some scars and some
Scars. What
stuff,
kind of
which I'll describe
scars?
to you. Yeah. So he had kind of a cut below his eye, below his. If you're looking at him, right, his left eye.
Below his
So he
left
had
eye.
like a jagged cut, like a
Right.
scar, and he also had 2 shiners. So both eyes were
2 black
black eye.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He
What
also had
else?
some bruising on his
Bruising.
forehead and his cheek, but
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay.
yeah, rough
Bruising on his
go.
forehead and cheek.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep. And
Sounds like he
his
needed to
face,
go to a hospital, not to a
yeah, I
museum.
think
But
he needed some attention.
right.
Some
Okay. What
medical
else?
attention. So he kind of had a pretty average shaped face, just like an egg shaped face.
Egg shaped.
Like not super square, but not super round, just kind of oblong. Yeah.
Oblong or egg shaped? Don't you own chickens?
Well, some of them lay funny looking eggs, so I guess that's biased. We'll go with oblong instead of egg shaped.
Oblong. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. What about his hair?
So his hair, he had sideburns. His hair was dark, so like dark brown or blackish, sideburns, and kind of gelled up on top, like it was standing up a little bit. He kind of looked like a rockabilly character.
So like a
So he had
pompadour?
sideburns,
A
a
pompadour?
little bit. Like he didn't have a ton of hair up top, but what he did have was kind of standing up. Yeah.
So so brillantined. Let's say
Yeah.
he had
Yeah.
product in his hair.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
producty. Okay.
Yeah.
What was his nose like?
His nose was pretty on the longer side and kind of bulbous, like round on the tip.
Bulbous and round. Bulbous
Yeah.
and long. Bulbous and long, you said?
Yeah, like the bridge of it is long and narrow, but then it's got like a bulbous part at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And then right under that nose, he had kind of a mustache with handlebar situation. Like, what do they call it? Where,
That sounds like
yeah, where it goes
perfect
straight
for-
down to your chin.
Oh, like a Fu Manchu?
Yes.
Fu
Yes.
Manchu. Okay.
But not one that hangs off the face. Like it's trimmed. So there's no like
So
beard or anything.
So it stopped like by his before. Okay.
Yeah.
Fu Manchu, but not too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then no other like beard or neck hair. Like everything else was gone. So
a
just
stash.
the stash.
What was he wearing?
Just a white shirt. Like a white
shirt.
Yeah.
White shirt. Okay, boys, this is a tough character.
Yeah.
This guy should be fairly easy to catch, I would think, with this.
Yeah, it's pretty. He looked pretty distinctive, pretty messy.
Okay, so what else? Did he have? Well, he had obviously had scars and distinguishing marks. Eyebrows.
Yeah, eyebrows were thick and dark, like his hair color. So he's kind of olive complexion with dark. His features are dark. So his eyebrows.
Swarthy, you would say.
Mhm.
And eyes? Two. You said
Eyes
he
were
had
dark,
black eyes, but they were what?
a dark brown eyes.
Dark
Yeah.
brown. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's check him out.
Yeah. And the shirt, someone was asking in the chat, just a white T-shirt, like cotton, no collar or anything. Just a
Oh, I see. Not a dress shirt then. Like okay.
no, like a Hanes T-shirt
Okay.
situation.
So he had you said an oblong face like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
What's going on? Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that Fu Manchu was offensive. Okay. I don't know what are those things called? Those mustaches. Do they have a?
We could just say droopy handlebars, I guess.
But a handlebar mustache is kind of like curled, right?
Well, the droopy would mean that it just runs off the face.
I guess
We'll
so.
go
I
with
guess I hadn't thought. Okay. So yeah. So ears, but you didn't say anything about the ears, so they presumably didn't matter.
yeah, they're not notable.
And then the I'm struggling with the hair because you said it wasn't a
For the
problem.
hair, so let me paint this picture. So the hair, he kind of had a receding hairline, but the hair up top was held up.
Like a widow's
So
peak.
a little bit, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but the stuff
but short,
is short.
yeah.
Is
And
his
then the sideburns came down like close to the bottom of his ears. Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, the one on the left looks a little more accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of overdid it. Okay, so then you said he had
Dark, thick eyebrows. Yeah.
okay, and then he had a
Hmm.
thin nose, thin but bulbous, like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
And then you said he
Yep.
had
Totally right.
black eyes.
Yeah. Shiners on both sides. Yeah.
Wow, okay, like that.
Yeah. The one on the, I guess kind of his right side was a little more extreme, like fresher, maybe. I don't know
On
the
his
science of
right
black
side, so
eyes.
that would be here. So that was more extreme. So was his eye like kind of closed
It was
back?
a little more bruised and yeah.
Wow, okay. I wonder what happened to this guy. All right. So then he had what did you say about his mouth? You just said it was kind of
Oh, you missed. He had a scar below his eye, below his left eye.
his left eye. So that
That
would be
looked like it had been stitched up, but then the stitches removed. So a scar that was kind of like it was very odd, which is why I remember it. Yeah, yep, like it looked like it had been stitched
huh.
and then stitches taken out.
All right. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. What was his mouth like?
He had very thin lips. So under that mustache situation, his lips were pretty thin.
So then let's see if we can get this mustache right.
Yeah, it kind of went up to his nose. So
Like a biker would have or something.
yeah, yep, yep. Yeah, and those extended all the way down to his chin, like the tip of his chin.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. What was his neck like?
His neck was kind of on the thicker side. Yeah. Yeah.
You said he was wearing a t-shirt.
Just a white plain t-shirt. Yeah. I picture it to have like grease stains and stuff on it, but
Oh, nice. Okay.
I don't remember those details. But he looked kind of grungy, so it would make sense.
Okay. And what else have I gotten? Forehead. You said he had bruising on his forehead too, right?
Yeah, he had bruising above his left eyebrow. Yeah. And then also bruising on that left cheek. So like the left side of his face really took a beating.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think like you went through all this and you're like, I know, let me now go and rob a museum. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that happened at the museum. Some security guards are,
I don't think they
maybe they're
stitched
tougher
him
than
up
they
in a
look.
museum. You think they stitched him up in a museum? Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe he was straight into like the archival place where they were doing restoration.
yeah,
They're
where
like,
they're
hey,
restoring.
that's a nasty cut. You might want to stitch that up. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
They're bringing him in. They caught him. Man, these guys are good. Or maybe it's just a combination of teamwork between amazing witness, amazing artist, amazing detection. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's an interesting collaborative process.
All right. Wow, there he is.
There he is indeed.
That's remarkable. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that they caught him because I mean, that guy's easy to
He'd
spot.
stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
You
Well,
did a good job though. See, wasn't the hair kind of hard? Like, I don't know.
yeah, the hair was hard. Yeah, because he was in a dark
Yeah,
place. So, yeah,
yeah.
I think we got the scar wrong, but
Yeah, the angle. I could have described the direction of it, I guess, better. Yeah.
well, that was very good. Excellent. Well, that
Yeah.
was good. You did a great job. Let me just get rid of this horrible face. That was good. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, so that was an
Yeah.
interesting experience. It's something that we need to. I think we need to do more of this because it's good. It's like your power of observation, and then how do you take those things and also like, is this a process that you go through when you draw? Like if you're drawing somebody, do you say, do you say these things to yourself? Like in other words, do you have like an internal Morgan that is the witness that says like, look at this, look at that, look at that, and what's the problem that happens? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, thank you, Morgan. That was great. You can
Thank you,
you
sketch
can
artist.
you can
Thanks
yes.
for
Morgan will be
doing.
back for the after party, and
Yeah, I'll see you guys there.
we'll continue doing this, and we'll discuss it. But in the meantime, thank you, Morgan. You are dismissed. Good. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. That was fun. Fun, weird, but it's April Fool's Day, so time to do a little fooling around, drawing from your imagination or whatever it is. Um, I look forward to seeing whatever it is you made because I'm desperate to see how you interpreted Morgan's things. If you did, feel free to share it with me. I would love to see what you came up with, and so please post it on social media. Hashtag SBS Draw with me, and we'll see all the different. We can compare and contrast all the different versions. Yes. Ah, here's another creature. This, we should have described her. Yes. This is Twiggy, formerly known as Beefy, but she's now become Twiggy again. So yes, hashtag SBS Draw with me, and hopefully we'll see you in the Spark after party if you're there. We'll see you at Portrait Jam. Failing either of those things, we'll see you next week at another session of Draw with me that will be, I'm sure, far more serious. And oh, you were bored, were you? Yes, well, maybe it's time to end. So thank you, and we'll see you all again next week. Twiggy, they're commenting about how big you are, how big and beefy you are. It's true.